Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. 32 teams, 32 days, and today we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys and a lot of Cowboys drama this offseason. But despite all of that, this is one team I am very excited for this 2019 season. We're going to talk about this team today, preview it, and give some predictions today. Let's go ahead and get started by talking about their strengths. And we have to start with the heart of this football team, and that is their offensive line. It continues to be the motor for this entire Dallas Cowboys football team. We look at the uptick of the Dallas Cowboys over the last decade. The uptick happened when they transformed their offensive line, when they dedicated resources to their offensive line. You look at Terron Smith in the left tackle position, one of the best left tackles in the NFL. We're getting Travis Frederick back at the center position. He missed all of last season. He's back in that position. La'el Collins is wanting to prove that he's worthy of a contract extension at right tackle, and we still have all-pro right guard Zach Martin at the right guard position. You have to love this offensive line. It continues to be so strong for this Dallas Cowboys football team. We'll see what Xavier Su'a-Filo does at left guard. He's definitely the weakness there, but when 4 out of the 5 is good, you're good. Move on to the next strength for this football team, and it has to be the running back position, assuming Ezekiel Elliott is out there. Okay, so this is the big drama that is currently clouding this entire franchise. Ezekiel Elliott is in talks for a contract extension. He wants a contract extension right now, despite having 2 years left on his contract, and the Cowboys are not quite yet willing to give him that. Will this situation resolve itself? I don't know. I have a prediction on that we'll get into in a moment. But for right now, assuming he's on the football field, he's absolutely a strength for this football team. He is one of the best running backs in the NFL. And I'll be honest, I didn't think he was going to be coming out of college. I thought the Cowboys overdrafted him at number 4 overall in that 2016 NFL draft. But he's proven me wrong. He's been extremely valuable, and the Cowboys would be smart to get him in camp and hopefully on the football field as soon as possible. And there is yet another strength for this football team. You have to look at the linebackers, man. Jaylon Smith, we knew what kind of a steal the Cowboys were getting in that 2016 NFL draft in the second round. A guy that could have been a top 5 draft pick if it wasn't for his injury in his bowl game coming out of college. But he got injured. The Cowboys scooped him up, and then last year they take Leighton Vander Esch. This guy was absolutely brilliant as a rookie linebacker in this league, and they still have Sean Lee in this unit. And if Sean Lee gets injured now, it's okay because we have Jaylon Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. You have to love this linebacker core in Dallas. So move on though to the weaknesses for this football team, and to me there's only one, and it's the tight end position. And it is a weakness, people. Okay, I know we love Jason Witten. I know that this guy has done so much for this franchise. I get it. But this guy is 37 years old, and he wasn't good at 35. Okay, 560 receiving yards 2 years ago. Add in now 2 years to that. I'm not buying it. This guy is not going to be an impactful player this upcoming season. No faith in any of these guys. We've been begging these guys to do something for us. All season they had the opportunities and the chances to prove themselves. I'm not even sure some of them should be in the league. Blake Jarwin, they just cut Rico Gathers. I don't trust this tight end position at all. I think Jason Witten is just, reaching for straws there. I don't think he's really going to prove to do much this upcoming season, so I don't like the Cowboys tight end position. Look at the X-factor though for the Dallas Cowboys, and a lot of people are expecting me to say quarterback, but no, I'm going to say cornerback today. I think this is much more of the X-factor. I already know what I'm going to get from quarterback Dak Prescott. That's really not a question for me. The cornerbacks are still a question to me. How good will they actually be? I think they're decent, right? I like Chidobe Awuzie. I think I've seen a lot out of him. Jordan Lewis showed a lot of promise last season. Anthony Brown has found a nice home in the slot. Can they ascend their game to the next level? We have to see that, and we don't know what we're getting from Byron Jones. He's fantastic, but those 3 guys, can any of them really stand out, prove to be a really good starting or slot cornerback in this league? Haven't seen that yet. Will we see that upcoming season? We will see that in this upcoming season. If we do, this unit and this entire Cowboys defense looks very, very scary in 2019. We move on to my statistical projections for the Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback Dak Prescott. 4,100 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and a 99.0 passer rating. This would earn him that contract extension after the season. This would be his best season, you know, arguably, it depends whether or not you prefer this type of stat line to his 22 touchdown to 4 interception ratio his rookie year. Personally, I would kind of prefer this because he's being more prolific, throwing for more yards, more touchdowns, you know, some more picks as well, but I would prefer this for this Dallas Cowboys football team, but that's up to you. Running back Ezekiel Elliott. Now pay attention here. 230 carries, 1,050 yards, 8 touchdowns. An interesting stat line indeed. We'll get into that in a moment for my bold predictions. And then wide receiver Amari Cooper, 90 catches, 1,150 yards, and 9 touchdowns. He'll have a great year. So now let's get into those bold predictions for these Cowboys. So bold prediction number 1, Ezekiel Elliott will not be available week 1. He's going to sit out, but only for, I'm projecting 2 or 3 or maybe 4 games. 2 to 4 games, Ezekiel Elliott is going to sit out, and the Cowboys will win those games anyway. I look at the first 3 Cowboy games, and I don't really fear them at all. They host the Giants, they go to the Redskins, they host the Miami Dolphins. I'm not really worried about those games, and then they go to New Orleans. Okay, that one is a troublesome game. I think after they start 3-0, most likely, I think Ezekiel Elliott says, all right, well, I have no leverage. Let me just go play football. Let me go join the boys. I really think that's what's going to happen here. We'll see, because I think his leverage actually begins to go down as the Cowboys win games. But if he's able to jump on it before they win too many games, he's able then to still, start for the football team. They go ahead and start, and they won't really care at that point. And then he'll start, and everything will be happy. And then he'll get his contract extension probably next offseason. So that's my bold prediction. So that's why I'm only projecting like 230 carries as opposed to like 310. I think he will miss the first 2 to 4 games. My current prediction is 3 games that he misses for this 2019 season. Bold prediction number 2, Taco Charlton shows up this season with 6+ sacks. It was a disappointing rookie campaign for Taco Charlton. I actually expected more from him. We know he has some development to do, but I expected more from him. Now, he is currently behind Robert Quinn. Okay, so he's going to have to supplant him on the depth chart. But with Robert Quinn in his week 1 status currently up in arms, I think he can. I think he can get some playing time, and I think he could come down with 6+ sacks and say, okay, we have our defensive end opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence here in Taco Charlton. And then bold prediction number 3, I like this Cowboys team. I think they make at least the NFC Championship game. Now, I need Ezekiel Elliott for that. Okay, so big asterisk, not only on that, but also my upcoming win-loss prediction. Let's get into that now. So my win-loss prediction for the Dallas Cowboys, best case scenario, we have another 13-3 season on our hands. I can even go as high as 14-2 to be quite honest with you. But I mean, the Eagles, they're gonna beat you once, and again, you travel to New Orleans. There are some difficult matchups on this schedule, so I'll say best case scenario 13-3, but 14-2, I'll give you a 2% chance. I think it is actually possible, but I think it's safe to go 13-3. Worst case scenario, Zeke doesn't play at all. He sits out the entire year, and I think with this defense, again, I know what I'm getting for Dak Prescott, and now he has a consistent weapon in Amari Cooper, which he did not have in that 2017 NFL season when they struggled without Zeke. And assuming their offensive line is healthy, that's a difference there as well. I think they can still win 9 games, right? And we saw them win 9 games with Zeke there for most of the year in 2017, but this is a better roster. This is a better team. So with Zeke out for the entire season, I still think they'd be a winning football team. My prediction right now, it's 11-5. And again, I need Ezekiel Elliott to be there for 13 games, okay? At least 12 games. If he's not there at all, I would still say 10-6. My worst case scenario is 9-7. But you know what? If Zeke holds out the entire year, I still think the Cowboys are a winning football team. I actually have that much faith in Dak Prescott right now to give me what I expect from him. And that's pretty good football play. Not great, but good football play. Combined with this defense that I'm seeing in the Big D right now, is 10-6. It's at least a wild card spot for the Dallas Cowboys, and you have to love that. But with this 11-5, will they win the NFC East? I don't know about that one. And as I said, I do think you will make the NFC Championship game, but I'm not even sure you win the division. Because guess who I have you facing in that NFC Championship game. So there you go. That is my season preview for the Dallas Cowboys. What's your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.